feel really torn at B2B events because I know there's a great education offering, but I'm also there to find out what's going on in the industry, to go around the exhibitions, to catch up with colleagues, make contact. And so I find it really exhausting. I often leave with a sense of feeling that I haven't achieved all my goals for that event. I think it's to do with a sense of FOMO, that we always feel we're missing out on something. We can't do everything that's on offer. Now, you may have heard of the paradox of choice. This is a concept that was made popular by the psychologist Barry Schwartz. It suggests that having too many options can actually overwhelm people. It leads us to almost decision paralysis and less satisfaction. When we are faced with too much choice, we can feel anxious or regretful and always fearing that we made the wrong decision. It's a little bit like when you go to a restaurant that has a huge menu and everything looks delicious. And so you kind of worry about what you're going to order, you order it, and the rest of the table's food comes out and you get massive food envy at what they've picked. And that feeling is certainly very valid in the context of modern events with their multi-track sessions, their jam-packed agendas, where we're often as attendees feeling really overwhelmed and constantly feeling really like we're missing out on something, which obviously leads to a considerably less enjoyable experience. The event psychologist, Kelly McCormack, she was a guest actually on a podcast episode of mine, not the same as last year. I think it's episode 10. Now, she suggested that if we make our events all about FOMO, then we may actually push people to avoid that event in future and choose JOMO instead. JOMO, if you didn't know, is celebrating the joy of missing out. So if we don't want to give them FOMO, in case that means they choose JOMO, let's give them another acronym, SLOJO. Now, that means slow joy. And by that, I mean, let's give our attendees moments of joy instead. Now, acronyms aside, what is the damage that the culture of FOMO can actually do to our events? So the problem with FOMO is that it actually shifts focus on the value you're getting to what you're actually missing. It's going to, by its very nature, encourage feelings of negativity or potential feelings of anxiety. So let's think about, how do we human beings know that we're going to get the most out of anything? By being present, by really feeling part of the moment, having a sense of belonging, doing and being without being sidetracked by what else might be going on. So what can we do in events to make sure that we are giving people the opportunity to really enjoy and recognize the slow joy, the moments of joy and engagement? We really need to rethink event marketing, and we need to focus on creating a positive and a valuable experience for attendees, not just how we're going to drive attendance through pressure tactics. Kelly suggests segmenting the audience into categories, for example, highly engaged attendees versus casual attendees, so that you can really understand why these different people would choose to come to the event. And then you can tailor your marketing messages to their specific needs and interests. And we have to reduce choice. Rather than ramming our agendas with everything we can, it's about carefully curating the agenda. And for goodness sake, offer recordings of your sessions. This is going to perfectly address the paradox of choice and ensure that attendees don't feel overwhelmed or missing out. Life is so busy and rushed and frantic anyway, isn't it? Why are we making our events even worse than that? We should be looking out for people's well-being at our events and making sure that their experiences are enjoyable, giving them moments of joy and a sense of achievement, not stress and FOMO.